What do oil prices have to do with your mortgage rate? Well, I'm going to tell you something that's going to sound completely unrelated to real estate at first, but stick with me because it matters more than you think. Oil prices might tell us more about where mortgage rates are headed than anything else coming out of the Fed. Here's the connection. Oil drives inflation expectations. Inflation expectations drive the bond market. The bond market is what mortgage rates are actually priced off of, not the Fed's benchmark rate, even though people assume that's the connection. We've actually seen this exact pattern play out 3 separate times in recent history. Oil prices spike, mortgage rates follow. Oil prices come down, and eventually mortgage rates follow them back down too, but always more slowly. There's an old saying in the industry, rates take the escalator up and then they take the stairs down. And that's exactly what we're watching happen right now. So where does that leave us today? Right now, the consensus forecast has mortgage rates sitting somewhere between 6.3 and 7 through the rest of the year. There's a chance we can beat that number and see rates come down a little bit if the oil prices come down. For buyers here in Greenville, this matters more than you might realize. Even a small move in the mortgage rate changes your monthly payment, it changes your buying power, and it changes how many other buyers you're competing against for the same home. A quarter-point move can be the difference between a home fitting your budget and not. So here's my take, and it's something that I tell every single client who sits down with me. I believe the general rate environment that's somewhere between the 6 and 7% is going to be with us for the next 2 to 3 years. I'm not telling my clients to wait around for 2021 rates because that ain't happening. I think the smart move is to plan your life around the market that we're in, not the market we remember or hope it will be. And if you're trying to sell, figure out what today's rate environment means for your buyer pool and your pricing strategy. Let's sit down and talk it through. And if you're a buyer who's been waiting for rates to drop before you make a move, I understand the instinct, but I want to tell you something to maybe think about it a little bit differently. If you got a little bit of gumption right now with rates roughly where they are and sellers are more willing to negotiate, we may be able to find you a real deal out there in the market. Waiting for the perfect rate might mean missing the right house. Let's talk about your specific needs and numbers. Reach out. Let's figure out what this rate environment